What's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Romans Creative Academy. As always, I'm Jay.
And I'm Mike.
And today, as you may know, we're going to continue the saga of creative financing, but with a little bit of, challenge or bringing to light those who we've heard say a lot of hey, I can't get bank funding, right? Or the numbers just don't work for me anymore with this market.
Basically, are you tired of shitty returns?
Yep.
So, are the banks not approving you? Are your numbers not working? Right? That's what today we're going to go through is why we decided to make that transition from going with lenders and mortgage companies and all that stuff to transferring over to creative finance. Because what it all starts with is a problem. And typically when you have a problem, you have to find a solution. And our problem was we were getting told no. And no one likes to get told no. So,
I definitely don't.
Yeah. So starting off, guys, right? What is traditional financing and what do we mean by that? Traditional financing is when you are going to go through a bank or a mortgage company and you're going to get a normal mortgage on a home or on a property or whatever it may be, right? Through products that those banks or those mortgage lenders have, right? What are some of the main points of traditional financing that a lot of investors can't seem to find a way around, or what makes it difficult, or what gets you that no from the mortgage lender or the bank?
Number one, providing a sample of your blood, right? I'm just kidding, but that's really what it feels like with all that paperwork that you have to do, background check of, what's your credit history, what is your employment history, all that good stuff. That they ask for with traditional financing.
Absolutely. And then again, when you comes down to a bank, all of your terms are structured, they're fixed, and what you see is what you get. Mm-hmm. When you're going into a bank and it's a commercial property, it's going to get spread out over a long period of time, probably with a short balloon payment, they call it, right? The interest rates, what they're going to be when you walk into the bank because you can go online and see what the current market interest rates are, right? On top of that, when you're going through this whole process with banks, again, you're coming into a commercial loan and you are going to get 25% down. You're going to have to come to the table with 25% of whatever that property you're purchasing that home for, right? On top of that, with all the other different types of loans that are out there, right? There's different types of what people call contingencies. What is a contingency? A contingency is something that the sale is going to go through if X, Y, and Z happens. So what is that X, Y, and Z? Typically with all these banks and these mortgage lenders, you need appraisals, you need inspections, you need this, you need that. Yes, it's good because it saves their butt, and obviously it will save you too in certain ways. But all these things hang up the sale, right? On top of that, imagine you make $100,000 a year. You buy 4 properties at $100,000 a piece. You now have $400,000 in debt, and you only make $100,000 per year. The bank is going to cut you off because you don't make enough to be able to support those 4 properties if they weren't rented, if you weren't producing cash with them.
We said to the bank, not today.
So when that happened, right, we said, okay, well, what are we going to do, right? So what we did was we said, well, we got told no, because after we bought our first property conventionally, we got that no. We didn't make enough to go buy more, right? So me and Jay said, well, you're not stopping us. We're going to find a way around you. And that's what we did. Nothing wrong with conventional loans and traditional financing, right?
We actually always say leverage it.
Yep. Every single person in the country, right, has what's called their FHA or first-time home buyer eligibility. What does that mean? That means you can go and purchase a home with as little as 3.5% down up to a 4-unit home. So what should everybody do out of the gate? If you're going to buy a home, you never buy a single family first. You always buy a multifamily. You move into it. You live for free and make money, and you learn how to become a homeowner and a landlord with putting very little money out of pocket. What is creative financing all about? Doing deals with little to no money out of pocket, and that's just one of them, and we're going to get into that. So that's why we always say utilize that, right? Don't over leverage yourself. Don't buy a property where you're going to owe way more than it's worth out of the gate. But at the end of the day, use this ability, right? It's there for a reason.
What we like to tell our students is the fact that you have a toolbox, right? And you're pulling out the tool at the right time to use in order to get the deal done. Creative financing is one of those tools, just like it is with traditional financing. But don't let it stop you. If this tool at this moment isn't the right tool, look for the wrench, right? Get the thing done. Build it, right?
Exactly. And it's not like creative financing against the world. It's the simple fact that right now at the bank, you get 7% interest rates. The home that we're recording this in, we bought at a 2.9% interest rate with creative finance. That's the difference. This monthly payment would have been well over $2,400 per month. Because it's a 2.9% rate, it's $1,300 a month. That's the difference.
It's a big difference.
It wouldn't cash flow long term. Now, if we were to rent this place out, we'd make $1,000 per month net. So that's the biggest thing right there, right? Getting into creative finance. What are some of the major differences on why we made that jump?
No more blood samples.
No more. Well, that's one. Because I faint. But when you're looking at creative finance, the main thing here is that the terms aren't set by anybody except you and the seller. You guys sit down, right? Maybe it's a wrap deal. Maybe you're just going to take over their mortgage on their behalf and walk away. And they walk away. Maybe they put a little bit of money in your pocket. Still, at the end of the day, the down payment isn't just based off of fixed terms that the market states. If the seller needs $3,000 and that's 0.5% of the total purchase price, then that's what they need. If they need $8,000 and it's 6% down, that's what they need, and that's what you negotiated. But you put that all together with the seller. On top of that, if it's a straight seller financing deal, all of the seller financing deals that we've ever put together had 0% interest, right? We're giving the seller what they need, which is a higher price for a nice, beautiful home. And in return, we're getting no interest, right? That's the biggest thing. It's give and take, where with the bank, it's one-sided, and that's okay. It's an industry, right? It's a business. But at the end of the day, you also are trying to run a business. You need to make your own terms, just like the banking business does.
This has been around for years. It's not new concepts. Someone didn't make it up. It's been around for years. People tell us all the time, yeah, the old seller is holding a loan for me and I'm making them payments. Can you take that over? So clearly it's been done before. They just don't know the terms.
Right? And it's something just like Jay said, it's been around for forever. Just think about it. Right? In the Stone Ages, somebody was like, all right, I'll give you a horse, but you got to give me a chicken every week. Right? It's the same thing.
The banks do it.
Yeah. So there's no different. On top of that, guys, me and Jay had the goal in mind of wanting to quit our jobs and go do this full time. Not everybody has that aspiration and not everybody wants to, and that's okay. But we knew that if we were getting told now when we had W-2 jobs, forget it. We're never going to be able to do that for at least to get a traditional loan at least for 3 to 4 years when we're full time, right? Because there's that period where you need to wait. So because of that, we said, well, again, we're not going to get told no. We came in here and with the creative financing knowledge, and we knew, okay, we can do as many deals as we want. We're never personally guaranteeing any debt. So all these homes that we're buying, they're never on our credit report, right? So there is no limit. On top of that, right, we can buy turnkey homes close to their full value. And a lot of people are saying, well, why would you do that? You have no equity. That just goes against real estate. Yes and no. Yes, because yes, you don't have a lot of equity, but it's your exit strategy that you now couple it with where you build in equity, right? So we do creative financing on the top end and on the low end. So on top of that, right, you get into all this and our returns are higher with creative finance, even on beautiful turnkey homes with no equity, than they would be if we bought them traditionally.
So in essence, if you do not have creative financing in your toolbox and you're afraid of whatever legalities come with it, anything like that, let me first and foremost say that it is legal. There are attorneys out there who do it. The reason other attorneys don't do it is because they themselves are not educated on it. So instead of holding yourself to a corner saying, I don't know, maybe explore. Always have an open mind as the market shifts, because that's what we're doing. We are adapting to the market, to the problems. We are problem solvers. So if you ever have a question about creative financing, definitely reach out to either me or Mike. We're more than happy to answer any questions you might have.
Absolutely. And if you're looking to get your toes wet, go back to some of our prior videos. We talk about how we get free creative financing leads, right? Our students, they get some golden nuggets and all kinds of other things on how we do the paid marketing, everything. But everybody starts with the free stuff. We did our first 10 creative financing deals with all the free marketing strategies. That's, I think, like 3 or 4 videos back from this one. Go check it out, listen to it, take action, actually learn, right? And actually implement the things that we talked about. If there's more that you need, reach out to us. DM us on Facebook or Instagram, and our links will be in the bio below on how you can get in contact with us, right? And from there, guys, take that necessary action. That's all this is.
Yep. And with that being said, we're keeping this video nice and short, but if there is anything that you guys want us to elaborate on in the next coming weeks, let us know. We'd love to hear, and we will see you next week.
Always remember to like, comment, and subscribe if you love the video. Have a good one, guys.
See you guys.